stress-free meal planning. That's right. That's what we've been talking about for the past 5 weeks. And now we're into week 6, which is our last week. And I hope you've been enjoying the series and learning a few things along the way. I hope some of the tips have been helpful and have really helped your family to de-stress from the dinner time rush. If we remember, in our first week, we talked about the importance of writing it down, just simply writing down your meal plan and how that can really take a load off during the week. In week 2, we talked about the beauty of theme dinners for just some fun and excitement, and gives you something to look forward to during the week, especially if maybe hamburger night's your favorite. Then we did talk about, in week 3, having family members. We called it bring in the reinforcements, how everybody in the family should get a chance to choose one recipe, one dinner idea that week, and they can also help to prepare that dinner, and how much fun that can be, and can really get the family excited about mealtime because everybody gets a chance and a turn in the kitchen. And then that led us to week 4, and that was all about putting our family favorite recipes in a binder so that you know where they are. You're not looking for them, you don't lose them over time, and that can be really nice and something that you can treasure and share easily with friends and neighbors and family members as well. Last week, and that's always a stressful subject, the dollars and cents of it all, and that was budget week. And we talked about how simply putting a dollar figure beside every item on your grocery list and adding it up before you go to the store, so you know how you're managing those grocery dollars, which can be a little stressful from time to time. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, if you've been standing in line at the grocery store, if you've been wearing a mask, if you've been rained on outside while you wait for your turn to get in, trying to follow the arrows, it can be stressful for sure at the grocery stores, and stressful for everybody. So this week, I'm going to challenge everyone to get out of town. That's right, hit the road, especially during the nice weather. And we do have many farmers out there in our area. I don't know where you're living, but we are blessed, certainly in southwestern Ontario. We've got an abundance of farms and farm families right at our doorstep that we can visit. This morning I got up super early. I'm going to share some pictures from that. Went strawberry picking, which is a family tradition we have been doing always. I grew up doing that with my grandparents. They would always make a point of coming for a visit and taking their grandkids, so my brother and I, to strawberry pick, and that's something that I've passed on to our daughter Sarah, and we would do that. Now this year she's working, so she was at a grocery store, so not with me, but I'm going to show you some pictures of that. You can take a look and tell me how stressful this looks. When's the last time you went strawberry picking? Well, this morning I'm at a good friend of mine's, the Gillespies, and actually my sous chef at work, her family owns this farm. I suggest you find a farm and go pick some berries today. And just like that, we've got 2 beautiful baskets of berries. And look at this. How is this for shopping? You can come to a field and be the only one in it. So that's right, not too stressful at all. This morning I was lucky. There was hardly anybody there. Just me and two containers ready to fill. And something else that I like to do with that, because it is a tradition in our family, something we look forward to, and I've come up with a couple of strawberry pie recipes, and I think I'll share them at the end of the video, maybe just to encourage some of you to come up with your own family traditions to celebrate the bounty that we are definitely blessed. And farming is not easy. I work as a chef on a farm at a farm market, and I know how hard it is. The struggle's real for these farmers, and we really do need to support them. And especially if you're living in a city, there's something special about driving a dirt road. And if you haven't done it in a long time, I encourage you to pack up some family members, some children, some parents, whatever, and hit the road, especially in the nice weather. Drive those dirt roads and visit those farm families. Pick some fruits and vegetables if you can, if they're offering that. If not, just visit them and let them know how much you appreciate what they're doing day in, day out. It is a passion. It is a calling. Farming is not easy at all, but it's something we certainly can't live without our farmers, and it is really nice and teaches us all something about where our food comes from and the community that farming brings to us. Farms feed cities, and we all need them. And it is relaxing to get out there in the sunshine, especially if you're surrounded by, big buildings all the time, depending on where you live. If you live in downtown Toronto, in the 6, as Drake would say, or wherever it is you're living. Just get out there and enjoy some nature, and if you're lucky, some nice sunshine, and become one with that and really appreciate that. So I hope some of these tips have inspired you, and they have helped to take some of the stress out of mealtime, because we should appreciate and enjoy the food that we eat, and I really hope it isn't stressful for you. Sometimes it's going to be. Not all your recipes are going to work out, trust me on this, but go easy on yourself and enjoy the process, and enjoy those you invite to your table as well. So I hope some of these tips have worked. I'm going to share 2 strawberry pie recipes, and I hope you enjoy them very much, and I hope you find some family traditions of your own and relax shopping in the country. So as promised, I'm going to show you how I make my 2 strawberry pies. Actually, there's 3, but 2 different strawberry pie recipes that we make every year. And we start with, ta-da! So this is an Oreo cookie crumb crust, and I'm going to, there's 2 ingredients. There is 1/3 a cup of butter, melted, and I always use salted, and an entire package of Oreo cookies. Sometimes there's missing 1 or 2, perhaps even 3 Oreo cookies from the package, but it still works. So here, I'm going to throw them all in our food processor and show you what it looks like. So the Oreo cookies are inside the food processor, and we just drizzle or pour, whatever, melted butter right on top. And then we pulse the cookies. So once they're processed, they're going to look like this. So you shouldn't have any really big chunks inside. And to find out for sure if we do, we will just sort of move it all around. And if we see that there's a lot of big chunks, then we'll just run it a couple more times. But that looks pretty good. As you can see, we've filled with this 1 batch of the pie shell recipe into 3 different containers, because I always do my 3 different pies. And these containers I really like. They are, I believe, from Keebler, and I save them and I use them year after year. When you buy the graham cracker crumb ready-made crust in the store, you'll notice the inserts like this. If you flip it over, it keeps your pies really nice, and so you don't have to cover them with anything to put them in the freezer or the fridge. So I bought these. This is probably 5 years I've had these containers, and I just keep using them. So they're great. So I don't know if you have anything like that, but it sure makes storage of your pies really easy. So we're going to make one more batch of this identical Oreo cookie pie recipe. And so now all the pie shells have been filled, and we've pressed them with our hands to get them nice and firm to the bottom, and we're going to bake them in the oven on 350 just for a few minutes. The timer is set for 10 minutes, so we're going to do a quick tidy up before we continue. Now we're going to mash 2 cups of strawberries, just with a regular potato masher. We add the sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1/3 cup of water. With your paddle attachment on, just start to blend. And that's what it should look like when it's fully mixed. Now add it to just a fry pan or saucepan or whatever you have that's easy on the stove. On medium-high heat, we're going to bring it to a boil. And here we are, we're seeing that it's coming to a boil. All we're wanting to do is thicken the cornstarch. Once it's nice and thick, we're going to pour it into a glass pie plate because it's nice and low, and we want this to cool real quick in the fridge. Now it's ready to go in the fridge to cool. Now to make the frozen strawberry pies, we're going to add our cream cheese, and I always like to cube it up because then it goes much quicker. Just get that in the stand mixer. Next we add the sugar, just 1 cup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now we add the paddle attachment to our mixer, put on the lock, and start it up. You want to do that until it's like icing. And once it is like icing, that consistency, we add our 4 cups of sliced strawberries. Right in there. And lock it back up and mix it in again. Once it is all pink, then we're going to add in the Cool Whip. Let's add in all that Cool Whip now. And we're going to spin it around until it combines as well. And now we're going to fill our chilled pie shells. We just sort of go back and forth, trying to get an equal amount in both. Look at how pretty that is. And this is where those pie lids really come in handy. So now you just put them on, seal them, and they're ready to go in your freezer, and you don't have to worry about anything touching it to ruin the top at all. So before we clean up and put the pies in the freezer, we're going to, so good. The 2 frozen strawberry pies are downstairs just in the freezer, and we're going to return to the fresh strawberry pie, the last step today, and we are going to add the chilled mixture just into a bowl. It could be any bowl, it really doesn't matter, just something big enough that it's going to hold the chilled mixture, and 4 4 cups of your beautiful, fresh, hand-picked berries. There we go. Now we add in the fresh berries. Just like that. There we go. Just give them a real gentle stir. Just wanting to combine it, but you don't want to really bruise your fresh berries in the process. Once they're just mixed, we pour that all right into our prepared and baked pie shell. It is glistening and beautiful. Put that there. Smooth it out. Keep it away from the edge as best you can. And just sort of push it down. So you do want it to settle in nice. And there you go. All done. Last step is just to cover it with the dome. And we're going to put it right in the fridge to chill. And as you can see, those dome lids really are great because now nothing can damage your pie. I hope these strawberry pie recipes inspire you to come up with your own favorites and start your own tradition this summer. Enjoy and let me know what you think.